What's up, YouTube? So this is gonna be about F. Gary Gray and what are his best films. And at least you gotta have 5 films that I can negotiate with you to have a debate. So Friday, Straight Outta Compton, Set It Off, Fast and the Furious One, and also Be Cool. And I didn't really even think about it, but his movies, and I didn't even mention Negotiators, honorable mention. Because I still remember with his videos and everything. But when you think about it, his movies are some of the most impactful movies of the last 30 plus years when you think about it, because Friday became one of the most important comedy films with Ice Cube, Regina King, and a young Chris Tucker. Think about it, Debo and all that. Took a life of its own. So you think about he went from that movie 95, then you go fast forward 20 years later with Straight Outta Compton. Think about how big those movies that he's partook and his impact. I mean, that's saying something. Um, Working, the totality of it just really is something else. So, to put that off, and then you get something like Set It Off in between, which was a huge film, female fatality. When you think about what he did, he took hood movies, blew them up, but he put a little spin on them. So when you think about it, then he does a movie like Be Cool with Travolta and all that, and that was a vibe. You know, Fast and the Furious, which was huge, start of a franchise. So when I think about F. Gary Gray's career, that's pretty impressive. When you're thinking about the music videos and thinking about the things. So it's just like this cat really got an interesting grasp. It's not about how many movies, it's quality over quantity, because some cats got like 50 movies and you might think about 3 or 4 of them. His is not a heavy discography, but it's the ones that you remember. Because if I say Be Cool, you're gonna know that movie. Negotiated, you definitely know Fast and Furious. You definitely know Set It Off. You definitely know Friday, and you definitely know Straight Outta Compton. That's a pretty impressive catalog. When I was like thinking about his movies, I was thinking like, wow, he really did do the thing. I mean, he really has made a mark um, with what he was doing. So that totality is pretty impressive. So it's one of those things that you take in consideration, because filmmaking, the politics of filmmaking, and then all the other implications, it takes a lot to do. So I'm very impressed with you know what's going on, and I had to take that in consideration when I was evaluating this. So I just I was looking at that in totality, and pretty impressive to say the least. Looking at it from a perspective, what would make me think about that. It leaves an impression with that, because he sonically did certain films in a certain area and then ran with them on a bigger scale, and it just was very much got a lot out of it. you know you go from comedy to drama, action packed, and different characterizations. That's pretty impressive. I mean, I just look at that and I think, wow, that's not bad at all. It's like, if you're gonna do film, you want to get it right, and you want something to debate. So F. Gary Gray definitely got films that people have talked about, been moved by, and have left an impact. So I thought I would definitely, touch up on that. But anyway, let me know where you come down with that. F. Gary Gray's films, his 5 best films. Let me know where you come down with them. Please hit like, subscribe, work on thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share if you like, and hit that membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free, stay true. I'm out one time. Peace.